Ah, you dick. And the ending's right there, too. Hey everybody, what's going on? So, it's time for the new Let's Play, and you all voted on Twitter, as you often do when we have those Twitter polls, and you voted for the Crash Bandicoot Remaster, the Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy. We're going to do Crash 1. If you remember, back in 2015, I believe, we actually played Crash Bandicoot. Obviously, it was on the PlayStation at the time. So this will be nice, and it's a little bit refreshing, too, because not only is this remaster awesome, by the way, I've been playing it a lot, but I had only, recently had played it back then, not too long ago, and I even admitted on Twitter that I wanted to brush up a little bit on the game, because it can be very unforgiving in terms of its platforming, as we often kind of discuss with Crash Bandicoot. And it's so funny, too, because now that the remaster is out, a lot of people that, are going gaga over the game have bought it because they want to play it, right? But these are people that haven't played the game in like those 10 plus years, right? So it's so funny to see on Twitter now and like everywhere else, like online, where people are freaking out like, oh my god, this game's so fucking ridiculous. And then there's all these things coming out about how the game is actually slightly harder because of the sort of the box rate for Crash's feet, and how it could easily slip off of objects more frequently, and stuff like that, right? So it's weird because I didn't really notice that at first, but it's like, yeah, that's kind of a thing, I guess. Because for the most part, my initial impressions of the game have been that, yeah, it plays like exactly the same, and that's what's great about it. It's supposed to feel a little stiff. It's supposed to feel sort of boxed in. That's the core game, right? But it looks so good, and as you can see in this cutscene, it's just, it really is. And that's what's great about it, too, is because Crash was a shell game on the PlayStation, because it's the PlayStation, and it's super early hardware, right? So games back then, had to be designed and presented in that sort of way. But now that you have a situation where you're keeping the gameplay 20 years onward, but you're, letting loose with all this extra horsepower for, like, the game to just look absolutely fucking incredible, and it does, it looks great. We're starting off with low battery level, so that's good news. And like I said before, I had spent a lot of time, like, it didn't go up the following Monday after the Let's Play was voted in on Twitter, because I thought, you know what, I probably should give this a little bit more of a go, because there are later levels that are kind of ridiculous, at least for me. And we are playing this on a separate account, because I just know that I'm not going to go for the platinum on this game, which, as I mentioned in the Let's Play we did for Crash Bandicoot in 2015, as a kid I destroyed the hell out of this game, but nowadays I just don't have that tenacity, and I don't have that level of commitment, I guess. It's not, and here's the thing, that makes me sound bitch made. It's not that I can't do it, but I just don't have the time or will to at this point. The game is, at least for me, I can get pretty frustrated with it. Oh, shit. Ah, see, we almost got all the boxes there, but I jumped by accident. Sometimes, that's the thing, I get too conservative, and I like want to, jump off a ledge or something, and I think that's, if I could offer any sort of gameplay tip with Crash Bandicoot, it's that if you're ever, like, feeling in a situation where you want to jump back, don't. Either full commit, or don't fully commit to a jump. Because when you start to, like, do the whole, like, forward and then you go back sort of thing, you're always gonna fall every time. So it's got to be full commit. The WUMPA Islands. So the first one, the first level is pretty easy to get all the boxes. The strategy there was to just get the, Aku and walk over the crates there. Jungle Rollers. So the levels that are definitely let's face it. I keep saying for me, but these are problem levels for everybody. Is the bridge levels. The two bridge levels in the game are just so unforgiving for me. They're so bad. A lot of people like to talk about the fortress level. I don't think that's super terrible, unless you know about the one section at the very end where it's the whatever you call it. It's like a bunch of flames that you can't, it looks like you can't get past them, but then sure enough you can. You just have to jump further backwards into the sort of screen on top of a log. It's, we'll see it when we get there. And since these Let's Plays are a little bit longer, we will probably get there. Did I not get that, Tana? So it also goes without saying we're not going to do everything in the game, because since I just said I'm not going for a platinum personally, so we're gonna go through it, we're gonna have a good time, and you will see frustration, as you probably did And the last one, although the funny thing is, I really don't remember how mad I got back then. I don't think I got too bad. I really don't, because back then, we, what I would do was, before filming a Let's Play, I would farm a bunch of lives, so I'd start into a Let's Play with like 30-something lives, and even then I probably still, I'm sure I lost like most of them during really difficult levels, because at that time, I hadn't, and it's great that you can redo these bonus levels. Thank God, that's awesome. That's really kind of a lifesaver. I think that's what makes, that people are saying the game's harder, but realistically, because of things like that, I think it makes the game easier in retrospect. Because that's what was really tough about the original, is that you'd go through it, and you get to a bonus stage, which were your only ways to save, and if you couldn't do it, that's it. You just gotta wait till, and you know, so you'd have to wait for the next bonus stage, and that's only if you earned a bonus stage. You might not even get all the, meet all the requirements to get, Tana or the Embryo, you know what I'm saying? The Cortex levels. Like, if you didn't get them, then you were screwed, more or less. And then this is all, by the way, this is what I'm remembering. For all I know, I could be getting one or two details wrong about the original Crash Bandicoot. But when I had played that Let's Play, I hadn't played Crash Bandicoot since I was a kid. So that 2015 Let's Play was the first time I really played the game again, and from start to finish. So that's why back then it was probably pretty tough for me. Although, yeah, this might get ugly later. I was getting pretty mad when I first played the remaster earlier this week, because it's just, that's what happens. It just brings the worst out of me. It really does. But it's just, oh, it does. I'm really impressed with how good it looks. Because I think a lot of people went into the Crash remaster psyched, but the initial announcement didn't come with any sort of gameplay. In fact, the initial announcement also came with the announcement of more Skylanders bullshit, you know? So I think people kind of looked at that and were sort of cautiously optimistic of like, oh, great, it's more Crash, but, you know, maybe it's gonna look really dumb or something. But no, they did a great job. But I'm more so looking forward to the fact that maybe Activision will now feel a little bit more comfortable with doing something later with either a completely new IP of Crash, like a new entirely original Crash Bandicoot game. Or what I really would like is a Spyro remaster, because let me tell you, if they gave a Spyro remaster, Vicarious Visions, mind you, if they gave Spyro the same treatment that they gave this game, I would be just on cloud 9, because I'm really happy with how this turned out. But it's so humoring to see people that hadn't played this for that many years, and they're playing it again. They don't remember how difficult it was. You'll see, like, even the game. So, and that's the thing. This is getting so mainstream to the point where BuzzFeed had an article up about how people don't remember it being this difficult. That's how you know the game's got like a certain level of, you know, appeal out there, I guess, for lack of a better word. Because obviously it has appeal, but oh shit, fucked that up already. We're gonna go back in there though. It's, at the very least, let's try and farm up a few lives before I get to the ones that are just gonna get pissed away. Because I'm telling you right now, it's gonna get to a point where I'm gonna have to like be completely quiet during the bridge levels and just like focus, you know, and try not to completely botch it. I'm not even gonna see. That's the thing. I'm not gonna bother getting the other crates. I just want the lives at this point. But when I was playing on my own time practicing, I was going for all crates on the bonus levels, just because like you had the opportunity to now. Because that was always the thing that was so hard for those bonus levels, is when the crates would be essentially floating. That would be tough, because you'd have to just bounce, 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 and it's just such a nuanced movement of the stick. And it's funny, because now that I have the time to practice it at a greater length and redoing the bonus stages, I finally found that sort of, like, I feel it. You know, the perfect rhythm to bouncing off crates one by one. Whereas when I played last time, it was just wasn't happening. And that I remember about that Let's Play is when I would do a bonus stage, and just right away I would attempt to hit all the crates as like you die on the first one, or the second one that you bounce off of. You know, it would look embarrassing. Although I will say the microphone is once again... I tried to not obscure it as much as like during the... If you remember, if you watched the Katamari Let's Play, the microphone was pretty... I wanted it a little bit closer to me, but it was like obscuring the screen because this is still not really the most ideal setup for a face cam. If it wasn't face cam, then I could have this set up in a much more... what's the word I'm looking for? Well, again, comfortable spot for me at least. But since you guys wanted me to start doing the face cam thing, I'm using an iMac, and I still haven't bought an aftermarket webcam or anything, which I really should do so I can angle it. But since an iMac's just an all-in-one computer, I have to angle the whole damn computer, and then it doesn't work with the audio and whatnot. It's a weird setup. One of these days I'll post a picture on Twitter or something. But it is obscuring my vision a little bit, so I'm hoping that's not going to screw me too bad here. Because anytime that... Oh, shit. Hey, that's our first death, though, I think. Anytime Crash is facing... is going to be running towards the screen is going to be a bit annoying. There are plenty of situations where you will have to run towards the screen. Not even in the boulder levels, but any other level. Because that's... people would often talk about... Back in the day when they would say it's Sonic's ass... That's what people would call this game. Damn it, I just messed up that jump again. But realistically, Crash Bandicoot... Oh, shit. My hand was off the controller. But realistically, there's all levels of Crash. Like, you're pretty much moving on all planes. You're walking towards the screen, away from the screen, side-scrolling. And it's got depth to, like, the side-scrolling levels, so it's not just pure, up, down, left, right, nothing else. So... Crash had it did have a little spice of life. Also, this is the level that was in Uncharted 4, wasn't it? Oh, did I just get the gem for that without even realizing it? I mean, I died, but perfect. No, wait. Yeah, you get gems for doing it without dying, but I died there, didn't I? I'm confused. I'm confused, but I'm not asking questions. Somebody can tell me in the comments. I'm not even gonna bother googling it on my own time. That's how it is. You say you want to know something on the internet, and then people will figure it out for you, whether they know it by knowledge or by just googling it themselves. They'll go ahead and do that for you. Anytime you say something that you don't know, that you appear unknowledgeable on, you'll always have some comment of some guy trying to educate you, which is fine. It's the internet. That's the nature of the beast. See, these levels... Yeah, see, this stuff isn't too bad. The practice went pretty well for me. I felt a little confident. Although, I will say... Well, it's weird, because the later levels, like... The bridge levels suck ass. Oh, shit. But some of the, like, factory levels, they're long, but they're not... I don't know, I don't think they're terrible. I think really the most unforgiving part of the game is early on. But it's a short game anyway. And we're going to be here for 45 minutes as always. And back then we were doing just 30-minute Let's Plays. So and I think I'm going to be better than before. So we might finish this kind of soon. And we could do something else from the, from what I had suggested. Shit, why'd I do that? From what I had suggested on the poll, which was, the other thing was Horizon Zero Dawn on Ultra Hard. Although now that I'm thinking about it, it might not be super crazy difficult, because what a lot of people are telling me so far is that if you're a platinum holder of the game, that means you already have the good armor, you have all the weapons and stuff, so... And at that point, you're just going for beating the game, so you really don't care much about side quests or anything like that. So at that point, really, all you have to do is just... You could avoid all unnecessary fights out in the open, which is all of them, and just do main quest. And main quest isn't terribly long in Horizon, so I'm thinking that it really wouldn't have been that tough. Maybe like when you have to kill a Stormbird, that would have sucked or something. That probably would be a pain in the ass, I'm sure. But I'm just trying to think, and I'm thinking it probably would be pretty doable, in all honesty. So I was thinking, we never did a Let's Play where I played the game on the hardest setting. And Horizon's an awesome game, and I think it's got sweet gameplay. That game just feels really great to play, like shooting the arrows and setting traps, and you know, the different enemies with their weaknesses, and I think it just works out really well. So, but it's a rewarding game too, so I feel like playing it on a harder setting would feel very rewarding, especially when, like, if you play the game and you're going, like, say, against a Ravager or something. You remember those Ravagers? Like, they just are unrelenting with, like, just the jumps and attacks, and it's just like no matter how many times you dodge or whatever, it still find a... Wow, I jumped into it. They still find a way to get you. So to like, take one out on a really hard setting or something, I think would be pretty awesome. For some reason, when I was practicing with Papu, I just died like so many times. I don't know why. So I want to pay attention here. I don't want to be in a situation where the game has to start giving me Kuaku. Because that's how you know you're doing bad. Ah, shit. I just didn't jump there. Ripperoo's kind of a pain in the ass, too. But I'm sure there's like a... You know... Why? I'm getting too antsy. I'm sure there's a specific way with Ripperoo to... Like... Because from what I could see... Shit. Jesus. From what I can see with Ripperoo, he's predictable. Like, he's not random in terms of his jumps or anything. So I think there's probably actually a super easy way to beat him. If he was to be predictable in that sense, then you could easily time whatever the hell, the crates or whatever. He's got a pretty mean ass crack, though, I'll tell you that much. One more. See, this looks good. Like, everything about this game turned out great. There we go. That wasn't too much trouble. Still got it on lockdown. As you can see on my shirt, I'm wearing... I got this shirt from Pittsburgh. It's the Anthrocon t-shirt. Yeah, now you're probably thinking to yourself, man, Ryan really is a furry, isn't he? You know what? Once again, I had a good time, just like last year. This time we made an effort, though. We said, you know what? This time we'll actually do some things at the convention. Because, like, last year we went just for the cheap hotel room to enjoy the city of Pittsburgh. We still had badges because we had to help out my girlfriend's friend to be a vendor at Anthrocon. So we still had badges last year, but we just didn't do anything there because we wanted to, you know, we're not furries. We wanted to spend time in Pittsburgh. But this time we said, you know what? Let's, you know, try one or two things there. Let's go check some shit out and, like, just see what's going on, right? So this time, you know, we ate at a ton of restaurants and did a lot of sightseeing and whatnot. But we did spend some time at the convention this time. Mostly is where I found my really great finds. If you remember last year, I got Ruby and Sapphire, Game Boy Advance, complete in box, and they were in just amazing condition. I got those from Anthrocon. There was a video game vendor. The same guy was there this year. This time he had in box, complete, Japanese gold and crystal Game Boy Color. Japanese. They looked so fucking cool, and he had Stadium 2 Japanese. So you guys know I fucking bought those right away, no problem whatsoever. And the funny thing is, that's what he had. He had crystal and gold. So once I had gotten home, I was fuck, I gotta go to eBay and buy silver, buy a complete silver. So I bought a complete silver. And then I bought box protectors. They're all set up perfectly. So I did, you know, we did that. We, you know, got some cool stuff at the cellar portion. This time we went to, because it's a convention, so they got panels and stuff. We were going through the booklet in the hotel room, right? And there's a panel for, maybe I'll explain it real quick for those that don't know. Anthrocon is a thing that's is a convention that's held in Pittsburgh every year. It's the world's largest furry convention. People that are into anthropomorphic, so they like to dress up in big furry costumes and whatnot. So people should know what that is. This is the internet. But if you didn't know, that's what it is. So this time we were looking through the book in the hotel about, you know, all the panels and stuff going on, and we're noticing that a lot of them are really oddly specific, and we saw one for First Responders Meetup, and I thought to myself, well, that's fucking oddly specific. First Responders at, you know, Anthrocon. Alright, so we said, you know what? let's go to that one. So sure enough, we show up. We walk into this room. There's a few people in there, and then they're like, "All right, so we'll start. I've been an EMT for 4 years. You know, this is so and so. He's been a firefighter for 7 years. He's been a cop for whatever years." And then there's other people in the room. One was a nurse. One was a cop of 17 years. And that's when it like hit me. And I don't want to make it sound like a dumb revelation. I knew this, but like when you see it, it makes it feel you feel a certain level of understanding at that point, where it's like these are just regular people. Like I don't know why they get so much shit for being weird as fuck. And let's face it, dressing up as animals, kind of weird. But that let them do them. But these were just normal people, and they weren't talking at all about anything furry related. They were just talking about their experiences as an EMT. And we heard some fucked up stories in there. But it was really interesting. It was a lot of fun. The cop who was there of 17, a cop of 17 years, he brought his MacBook and he was showing off a bunch of pictures of like, things he found like in the line of duty, and it was cool. So we had a good time there. Then we saw what we wanted to do was on Saturday they held a parade for all the people that are dressed in full fursuit costumes. So for that, last year we did not attend that, obviously. This time we did, so we thought, we'll check out the parade. 1,800. There were 1,800 full fursuiters this year. It was about felt like a 30-minute parade at least of just people walking down the line. And this is the portion of the convention actually where it's open to the public. So you need a badge to get into the convention center, but the parade it leads outside, and anybody in Pittsburgh can go check out the parade. And what we learned even then, and if it wasn't evident enough from all the businesses around, which all the businesses around love Anthrocon. There was even the local Starbucks had a furry chino, and we went and tried that, and that was actually really cool. Kind of tasted a little bit like cotton candy, maybe like a little bit more of a subtle flavor. Aww. But not only do the businesses love Anthrocon, but the locals do. So it was just a huge turnout. People loved it. Like they loved these adults in full fursuit costumes. We were in the parade. We were sitting next to We were sitting next to these three, I'd say early 30s, mid 30s women. Looked, very much so not nerds, not into anything gaming related or anything. Looked like the kind of chicks that would have a glass of wine every night before bed, Not to make stereotypes or pigeonhole people, but I'm trying to draw a picture in your head. And they were fucking loving it. They were having the time of their lives. Some of the furs would walk right where... Oh, damn it, it was right there. We're like walking right up to them and giving them high fives and stuff. It was just like, these people are just having a good time. It was pretty cool. So, yeah, we did that. Oh, we also did there was a video game, area where just a bunch of TVs and games set up. Damn it, why did I do that? So a bunch of TVs and stuff. People are up there playing Street Fighter, Tekken, lots of Smash. Fuck. I don't know why. This level's not hard at all. What am I doing? Lots of Smash Brothers up there. They had a kiosk up for Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. And so I played that a little bit. We played with just us. There was actually a group of us at one point. My girlfriend and her friend and 2 other people or whatever. There was actually 5 of us that split the hotel room. Fucking goddamn it. Alright, I did not expect to lose this many lives on this of all levels. Oh my god, I can hear the frog chirping out there. I told you guys that, right? The tree frog in the living room. Sometimes she just screams bloody murders. And she gets really loud. She bloats up. I guess it's like a mating call or something. Fuck it. You know what though? Why am I having problems with this? Seriously, how many lives was I holding? 20? Now I'm just burning all of them on this level that's not even hard. Hold on, let me just not fuck this up. Alright. That's the one I was jumping at. I was jumping at that one. Alright, I gotta jump earlier at that one. Good God. What was I saying? Oh yeah, they had Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. We were playing that a little bit. At one point, 2 of our people decided to just go somewhere else. And it's funny, so then it was just, or no, it was 3 of us playing at that point. There was 1 open spot. Fucking god damn it. There was 1 open spot. I shit you not, this kid walks up. He's got really long hair. I think he was wearing fingerless gloves, I'm not gonna lie. And, he walks up with, like, a bag, and he unzips the bag, pulls out his own Switch, and, like, does the classic, you know, Nintendo Switch click off of it, right? And he goes, mind if I join you guys? The most fucking ridiculous thing I've ever seen, right? But yeah, the guy can join in. Sits down. Oh, by the way, I'm just throwing it out there. I fucking killed everybody. I did. I got first place every single race except 2 races. And those 2 races where I didn't get first place, I got second. Just throwing it out there. Even though Mario Kart is another game that brings out the absolute worst in me. Did I tell that story about how I've been playing Mario Kart 8 a lot with my friend Terrell? But it's not like we're just playing it. We play it like religiously for a few hours, and I'll get so fucking mad at Terrell because he's like deadly with green shells. He's just like really good at them. He's better with green shells than he is with red shells. He can't hit me with homing shells, but he can manually aim them at me every time, and it makes me so angry. He's so good at that game. But yeah, so we did that. That was pretty much it in terms of the Anthrocon stuff. Oh no, you know what else we did? There was another panel. There was an astrology panel. We're on top of the convention center. People that have like telescopes and stuff. We were going up there and just looking at stars and stuff. That was also really cool too. Again, it wasn't no furry stuff at all. We were just talking about astrology at that point. So basically all the things that we did were not furry related except the parade. But either way, it was cool. Had a lot of fun. And by the end of it, I actually bought the shirt on the last day. And it was right before we were about to leave. We went and said hi to my girlfriend's friend one last time. We had already checked out of the hotel. They were there to sell one more day and then pretty much just go straight to the car once they packed up all their shit. And so we said, oh, damn it. So we said bye to them. And I more or less, as we're walking out, I was just like, you know what? You know what? I'm going to get a shirt. Because they, you know, have an area for like the official merchandise. So yeah, I'm gonna go get a shirt. $20, went and got a shirt. And it wasn't. I figured it would just be a shirt to lounge around in, and that's basically what it's turned into. I just lounge around in this thing all the time. It's a very nice shirt. Normally I wouldn't pay $20 for a shirt to lounge around in. But you guys know me. If I'm out in public, I'm wearing Young and Reckless usually. Although it's been a long time since I bought new clothes, which makes me sound poor. And let's face it, I am poor. But, ooh, shit. I hate these guys. There we go. But it has been a long time since I bought new clothes. I need to buy new pants. I'm actually gaining weight, and not in a good way. I need to start keeping up with working out again. I get a little lazy at times. Aw, man. At least at the checkpoint. Yeah, I get a little lazy at times. But I'm having situations where my pants are feeling tighter and tighter, and I don't need a belt, so not good. And they're good pants too. I don't want to have to buy new pants. You know, I want to be able to fit into the ones I had. Damn thing is, I didn't say this level was bad, but if I don't pay attention, then it is going to be bad. So I've already lost a decent amount of lives. Killed me, so it's kind of hard to avoid that. This fucking monkey won't get out of the way. God. Also, these are annoying too. I kept falling off of these. Oh shit! These are always a great way to get more lives, the bonus stages. So I will take that all diddly damn day. I think I'm only going to record 1 or 2 parts tonight though, because I'm already feeling kind of hungry. That's it? 1 life? Come on. But see, that's what I was talking about earlier. Did you just see that? If you don't full commit to a jump, you're gonna fall down. I went forward with Crash, but then I kind of like backed out of it and tried to go backwards. Did not work. There we go. Let's get out of here, baby. Even though Cortex is taking my woman. Mr. Steel Girl. But that was a good time. It really was. We tried some new restaurants again this time, the ones that we didn't get to try the last time. Once again, I also have a huge affinity for Noodles and Company, which I really wish I lived near one. It's funny because when we talked, her friend lives in Boston, and they have access to a Noodles and Company all the time. And she's like, oh, no, we don't want to get Noodles and Company. Like, yeah, they're not that great. And it's just like, well, they're local, so you got to figure, okay, that's... Well, they would be local to a, not local to Pittsburgh. They're local in relation to a Noodles and Company. So they just didn't care about it. But, like, I think it's delicious. I think it comes out really good. I don't know, man. Call me crazy. Maybe if you live near one and you don't think it's all that great, I think they're awesome. For those that don't know, Noodles and Company just, sells noodles and stuff. You got, like, Japanese pan noodles and... Oh, shit. That was close. Then they'll sell, like, pasta, Korean beef noodles. That's just some of the stuff they have, right? I don't know. It's just, like, it's... Not only is it affordable, but it's really good. Tell you what, though. Those fucking Korean spicy... Or Korean beef meatballs are so goddamn good. Love them, dude. Love them. Oh my god, it's one of the best things I've had ever. And I can even tell that it's like, it's probably just a really processed meatball with like imported sauce straight from Noodles and Company corporate. I don't fucking care. So good. I don't even know why I was doing the big jumps anyway. I'm holding X there because I'm going up that high for the jump. I really don't have to. There's a normal jump. Spending too much time in the air. By the time I land, the fire's back. I got lucky on that other one. There was 2 of those jumps. That one you have to do, though, because I think you won't survive. Ah. How many lives do I have? Alright, let's... When I get to 10, let's try and get a little serious, because I really don't want to be in a situation where I start gaming over, because then at that point you're in like this really shitty position where, every time you game over you're only going to get 3 lives, 4 lives technically into the next level. It's, oh, damn it, that still got me? And it's like, that's not going to help you, because you're already having trouble on a level at that point. And so you might get far in the level, but at that point you already, sure enough, probably died 3 times, so you're on 0 lives in a level that you're already struggling with. So being in game over is not a good place. You want to have progress while we're playing. So this is not lining up for me. Here we go. Oh, damn it. Oh no. 8 lives. Worst case scenario, I will just go farm lives. Although the thing is, I was highly considering farming lives anyway, just farming up to 99. Just so we're... Oh, fuck. I'm gonna have... Let's face it, I'm gonna have to. If I'm dying on a level that I don't think's too bad, I'm gonna die like crazy on that fucking bridge level. Once we get to it. Yeah, I think I'll just farm up to like 40 or 50 lives. I'm gonna need it too, I really am. They're gonna go quick, I can already tell. There we go. Also, at some point, I think that box or the box after that becomes a checkpoint if you die too many times here. I'm fairly certain. I almost fell off there too. Yeah, here's the tricky area. You're supposed to jump up there, right? Seems easy enough, but some people might not notice that, and they'll just try to jump from, fire to fire, and there's not enough time. They blaze up every time. That is where some people might get really ticked off. And they see the game even knows that that's like, you know, bullshit, so they give you 4 lives there too. I'm also once again ooh, I should get that. Even if I fall. Don't even care, that was worth it. It's getting hot in the room really quickly because my air conditioning's off, because I gotta keep it off during filming, because if I keep it on while filming, it's going to sound like a jet engine. Because it does sound like a jet engine. I paid 150 bucks for it. It's new, but it's a cheap one. Not one of them fancy-ass ones where it makes, like, no noise. Guess we'll have time for another level, assuming I don't die 10,000 times. He did a great job. He missed, like, 20. Thanks, game. I get it. You like our little souvenir cup? That's from the Pittsburgh Zoo. Which, Pittsburgh Zoo. Wonderful ass zoo. Huge. You gotta get there early. It's actually so big that the city's aquarium is in the zoo. So it's basically combined. It's called Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium. Which I guess they call it PPG Aquarium, I don't know. But they're combined. So it's like so big that like you go through it as you typically do with zoos, and at some point basically halfway in, maybe not even halfway, probably like a third in, there's like there's like 3 or 4 different food places to choose from. And then once you do that, you move on to more exhibits, and then there's the aquarium, and you move on, and then there's like a bunch of like dessert stands. Like, they know what they're doing. But it works out well. I mean, the pacing's pretty good. And they're not like super. Can you not spin him while he's spinning? Not super expensive either. 16 bucks admission fee. 'Cause I know certain aquariums are like fucking ridiculous. I don't know why certain aquariums get super expensive. Well, I guess I could see, because I know fish and maintenance and upkeep on fish, because it's the equipment that kills them, you know, more than anything else. It's a lot easier to just have a bunch of dirt land and pooper scoopers compared to filtration and heating and all the plumbing that is involved in aquariums. So I can kind of get that there. The damn thing is, I didn't even like bother spinning him. Or jumping over him, for that matter. Really not sure why I didn't do that. Fuck. That just annoys me. What annoys me is if I die in an area where you shouldn't die, and it's just, you know, you're fucking apart or something. That's when it's no bueno. Might as well pick up all these fucking Wumpa fruits, though, so I can get some goddamn Crash Bandicoot lives. Cortex sounds great in this game, too. Jesus. Oh my god, I was about to say, I did not time that right. That wasn't gonna be a good look. But I did it. Oh my god, the frogs are going crazy again out there. Yeah, that's an invisible box. That's gonna set off a bunch of boxes over here, probably, I think. Don't remember where they are exactly. Well, I'll see it when it comes up. It's like under a log or something. But a good time. Damn thing is, this is my second time going to Pittsburgh, and so far it's like the 2 times I've gone was during Anthrocon. So to me, the city now has this connotation with furries. Even more so because when you do go there for Anthrocon, furries are just everywhere. They're walking on the street. You'll see people in full fur costume. You'll see the people with the badges. So I just always, like, that's my thing now. And we want to go back to Pittsburgh, like, I would hope by the end of the summer we could go back again. I'm not sure. Money's tight right now. But I would like to go back before summer ends. And I think it'd be weird to go at this point and not see, like, furries walking around. Ah, you dick. And the ending's right there, too. least we're getting our lives back, which is good. If you want to do a little Crash Bandicoot Business 101, make sure you're leaving with more lives than you came in with. That's how you know you're making a steady... Why? And he jumped over, and I clearly saw him. Yet I had some sort of mental breakdown of like, you don't want... You're talking about profit margin? Let's lower it. It's almost like I knew. Son of a bitch. But we did it. Hey, oh, hey. Not only did we miss a bunch of boxes, but this Let's Play, I'm calling it right here. 40-something minutes. Looks pretty good. I don't know if we'll be able to comfortably beat the next level in a good set amount of time. Oh shit, it's Ripperoo. That'll be a good way to start part 2. Thank you everybody for watching this part of Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy, and I'll see you all in part 2.